If you're new here, welcome, and if you're an old returning subscriber, welcome back. To all the new people, please subscribe down below, and let's get right into the video. So yeah, just a quick disclaimer before I start what we're actually doing today. Firstly, I would like to apologize for not being consistent. I've had a few things going on: graduation, dissertation, school, a little bit of everything has just been going on, so it's been a little bit difficult to be consistent. However, I am going to do my best this month of September to try and bring you guys good quality content and to be a little bit more consistent. So tell all your friends, your family, your cousins, everybody to subscribe to my channel, because I'm bringing you guys content. So let's get into the video. What video are we doing today? Today we're just gonna do a sit down video where I am basically telling you guys what to know before going into university. So this is my personal experience. You can go and watch other YouTube videos and learn other stuff, but this is personally what I experienced, what I wish I knew, and what I know now that I can share with you guys. So my first do not pick a course or career path that your parents want you to do. With this, I am not saying that don't listen to your parents. Your parents obviously have more experience, they have more years, they know much more. But if you're good in math, bio, and chemistry, and your parents are forcing you to study medicine, don't do it for that reason. Just because if you do something because your parents are forcing you to do it, you're not going to do it wholeheartedly. So pick a course that you know you're good at, and pick a course that you are passionate about, because you have to realize that you might be having to work this job for the next 10 years. If you don't want to start a side hustle for the rest of your life, this is what you're going to be doing. So definitely don't pick something just because your parents want you to do that thing, or don't pick a career path just because your friends are doing it or it sounds cool or anything like that. Pick something you're passionate about but you're also good at, because you can be passionate about mathematics but you've been getting U's all your life. So there's really no point in picking something you're passionate about but you're not good at. Sorry, I'm just going to be looking down because I've actually written some notes so that I don't rumble too much. So yeah, the next thing is don't be afraid of starting late or dropping and picking something else. So with this, I have a few friends who did a course for their undergraduate. They liked it, they enjoyed it, but realized, no, this is not for me. So if you are in your first year, second year, and you realize that, for example, I was doing engineering, so I'm just going to use engineering as an example. If you're doing engineering and you realize that, okay, this is what I thought engineering would be about, but it's actually not that. I love accounting. Don't be afraid of dropping out and starting all over again. It's better to do something you're passionate about, because at the end of the day, you have to realize that this job is something you're going to be doing for the next 10 years or for the rest of your life. So you don't want to be in a situation where every morning you're waking up and angry because you did a degree that your parents wanted you to do. Firstly, you don't even enjoy, or you realized in the middle of the course that, okay, I don't enjoy this at all, but you still carried on doing it just because you didn't want to drop out. So don't be afraid of starting something new. Don't limit yourself just because you came to university after high school. I mean, we are told to decide what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives at 18 years old. So a lot of people don't even know what exactly it is they're passionate about or what exactly they love. So they just pick something because it sounds cool. They pick something because their parents want them to do that. They pick something because that's what they're good at. So if you are in your first year, second year, and you realize, okay, look, I've worked really hard for this, but this is not what I want, so you can always drop and pick something else. And then there's also people that decided after high school that, you know what, I'm gonna get into business, or I'm going to start working without going to university, and now they're like in their late 20s, early 30s or whatever. Don't be afraid of going to university and starting again. Journeys differ, guys. Like, just because I've graduated at the age of 22 doesn't mean all my other siblings should have done the same, and it doesn't mean that my friends should do the same. So don't look at your age, look at your situation and realize what it is you want out of your life, and just go for it. That is my third point. The next point, which is a very important, and this is so important and close to my heart because I was unfortunately not privileged enough to have someone tell me this, but if you are, for example, doing engineering and you live in a small city like Swansea, There are small companies around Swansea that do your type of engineering. Go and volunteer in those companies. Get that experience. It is very vital, guys. Like, I don't know how to stress this, but this point is so important because not a lot of people explain it to us. And I hope I'll be that big sister that gives you the advice that you actually require. So a lot of companies want people with 1 year experience, 2 years experience, and not everyone is privileged enough to get an internship for like a year in industry. So if you do volunteer, sometimes the company, if you're really good at it and they offer sponsorship, if you're an international student, they can end up inviting you back in, like, oh, you know, we really liked your work ethic, we want you to work for us. So, you know, that's an added advantage. Or just to have something to put on your CV. You don't always have to get paid, guys. Just put yourself out there, get those techniques, get yourself equipped, like, have a rich CV. That's what I'm trying to say. This is something I wish I knew when I was entering into my first year. I would have volunteered as a medical engineer. You can work in a hospital. We had a hospital in the university. I would have volunteered even once a week, whatever. Just get the experience. It does not matter. And don't go there with the expectation that they're gonna pay you. Just do it for the sake of your CV and for the sake of applying for jobs, because it is hard out there. We are competing with people that have 3-4 years experience. We're competing with people that went into a year in industry. I didn't go into a year in industry. We're competing with people that volunteered and their CV says they've been working with a certain company for 3 years, even though they were just working on the weekends. You don't have to specify that to employers. So yeah, just volunteer. The fifth thing to note is friends you make in your freshers year, first year, might not be the friends you graduate with. And this is very true for me. I did a foundation year and I had quite a few friends in foundation, but not all of them have carried me to my final year. Yes, obviously I still have 1 or 2 people that I still, actually 3 people I think, that I still talk to from foundation. But some of the people were there for my growth. They were there for that season. So you have to realize that there's nothing wrong with you. If you feel like someone is hindering your growth, or if you feel like, okay, what they do is against your morals, don't be afraid to drop them as a friend. Keep them as an acquaintance. You don't exactly have to burn bridges. Just have those people around, support you, but know what a friend is. That is very important in university, because there's people that come to university just for the sake of partying, going out, you know, just having fun, because they know once they're done with university, they can go back home and work for mom and dad, because mom and dad have a multi-million company. But if you are someone who wants something for yourself, you have to realize what it is you want for yourself. And if you feel like your friends are holding you back, then there's nothing wrong with kind of detaching yourself from that friendship. You don't exactly have to cut bridges. When they want to go out, you can just tell them, oh, this weekend I can't do late lunch because I've got an assignment to hand in. Put yourself first, put your priorities. You know what you want out of life. Other people want to graduate with a first class, other people just want to pass university. So when you go to university, when you're selecting friends, it is very important to know who you are firstly, and then also knowing what your goals are. I'm sorry if I'm squinting, that sun is directly in my eyes. So yeah, that's my 5th point about friends. And then the 6th point is finding balance. So this is directly related to the 5th one about friends. So in university, you have to realize that this is the time you're building your CV. So you don't just want to graduate with a first class, but you don't have any sports, you don't have clubs, you don't have anything else to put on your CV. Everyone is getting good grades now. Everyone has a first class, everyone has a 2-1. What separates you? So when I say find balance, I mean build your CV while attaining the grades that you want. Don't just go to university and solely focus on your schoolwork. Focus on other things, which also ties in with the volunteering. You don't necessarily have to, you know, look for something so extravagant. No, just join societies, be in the board of a society, join sports if you're good at sports, be the captain, vice captain. Those things make you stand out when it comes to university, right? So yeah, that's find balance. And also don't stop having friends just because you're studying. Everybody needs a social life. School can be very exhausting, especially university. There's a lot of coursework, there's a lot of self-teaching that you have to do, so you need a support system, and friends can be there for you. I feel like if you can, at least you and your friends have maybe once every month or twice every month, you guys just go out, have your late lunch, just talk, go watch a movie, go to the arcade, whatever it is that you find fun, and study with those people, like people that are going to build you. And just know that university is not just books, 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 books. You also need to have a social life, because it can be mentally exhausting. My 7th one is learn how to cook. Oh my gosh, guys, this is very, very important. You don't want to be ordering food every day because it's very expensive, and you don't want to be eating ready-made meals every single day because they start to taste the same. Like in my final year, when I was writing my dissertation, guys, my staple food was noodles. Like I didn't have time. I had time, but like I just preferred to sleep a bit longer and then not cook. But cooking is very vital in university, because you realize that there's a lot of things that require money. You want money to look cute. Hair is expensive to do, your nails are expensive to do, you want to buy clothes and stuff like that. So you have to realize that if you're going to be buying ready-made meals, there's certain things in your financial budget that are just going to suffer. And if you learn how to cook, it will also teach you budgeting, which is very important in university, guys. You have to realize that once you're in this stage of your life, the next stage is adulting. And I feel like this is the scariest but most realistic way of putting it. This is the last time you're a baby. Once you graduate, people are now looking to you to say, oh, okay, she's graduated, what's next? Like, get a job, do something be financially independent. That's the next stage people expect, or that's what is expected of you after graduating. So you have to learn to cook your own food, because with cooking your own food, you start to learn to budget, buy groceries for a week or month, whatever it is you decide. But it's very important you learn how to cook. And then my 8th one is for international students. Oh, my internationals, bring food from home. Literally, I don't mean like rice and stuff like that. I mean things like mazoe, cerelac, all your staple foods that you know, because when you come here, guys, everything is 10 times more expensive, which is ridiculous, because you're like, but then again, you have to realize people that are selling it to you in a different country imported it into that country, so they've got expenses that they need to cover, declarations and all those things. So if you can, bring yourself 6 bottles of mazoe, just have a suitcase of like food and then a suitcase of clothes. You don't need a lot of blankets. There's heating everywhere. If you're coming to the UK, that is, there's heating everywhere. And then the next thing is get a part-time job. This also ties in with the whole building your CV and doing extracurricular activities. So I know with Swansea, I'm going to basically summarize everything according to Swansea, because that's what I know. I can't talk about other universities because, obviously I don't know much about them. But in Swansea University, we had a lot of part-time jobs that they offered to students. So I was a student ambassador, and with that you get paid. It's like picking shifts, and it's just good for the CV. When you apply and you're like, you're a student ambassador, it just makes your CV look rich. It makes your CV look rich. And if your university offers summer internships, take advantage of that. Don't look at the pay, guys. Like, that's one thing that I cannot stress enough. Don't look at how much they're going to pay you. Just do it for the sake of building your CV. And to those of you that were asking, you are allowed to work. This is for the UK. You're allowed to work 20 hours a week. That's the maximum you can work as an international student. So if you are someone that is coming to the UK and you are self-funding, someone is paying your fees, you can survive on 20 hours of work. So you can be a student ambassador and look for something else that's more consistent, like maybe working in like retail, being a waitress. There's a lot of things that you can do. And then join societies, clubs. Yeah, that's the 10th point that I had there. So yeah guys, I'm probably going to come back with a part 2 because I feel like this video is already pretty long. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, do all those fun things. And if you guys don't already, follow me on my socials. I'm going to link them down below. I mainly use Instagram, so I'm going to probably put like question thingy where I ask you guys what you guys want to see on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.